Right, AJ, thank you. A proposal on Beacon Hill looks to expand the bottle bill, which would make non-carbonated drinks cost a few cents more, which consumers would then get back when they return the empty containers to the stores where they were purchased. It's an effort to improve recycling rates, but some argue this is essentially a tax. Flynn is with the Massachusetts Food Association and says most families can't afford any added cost to feed their families. Chris, tell me a little bit about your position.
Sure. Our position is when the bottle law originally passed in the early 80s, we didn't have the comprehensive recycling programs we have now in the state. 90% of the residents of the state now can either recycle their containers at curbside or drop-off centers. And to have a duplicative system that costs a lot, to recycle containers through a deposit system costs about $58 million. So why are we doing that when we have the simple system where we can put everything in the blue bin? That's what we should be doing.
You know, Chris, I have to tell you, I really take issue with the fact that I'm even talking to you about this, because of course that's your position. I mean, isn't it true that if we do add this, if this passes and there is an extra 5 cents or whatever, that's going to hurt the bottom lines of the people that you represent?
Well, first of all, the 5 cents is the deposit is put on it, and over and above that, there are costs. For retailers, the significant cost of maintaining machines, bringing trash back to a food store, that requires a lot of operational issues to be addressed.
Wait. You're going to call it trash to bring empty bottles back to a recycling bin? I mean, to put it in those words really casts a
Hey, can I invite you?
over
Let me invite you down to a supermarket. Let me open you up one of those reverse vending machines for you and look what's inside.
You know, I don't doubt, Chris, that they get a little dirty inside, but for you,
you've got insects, you've got all sorts of stuff. It's not a pretty picture, and this is a food store environment.
That's fear-mongering, Chris. I mean,
it's not fear-mongering. I'll invite anybody down to open up the bin and look at it. This is not fear-mongering. This is what our retailers deal with. If you think people bring back containers that are crystal clean, you're mistaken.
Well, here's the other thing. You're pointing to a statistic. You say 90% of people are able to recycle, but the bottom line is, across the country, the recycling rates are only about 33%, but when you add a tax like this, it's much more effective at people.
That's inaccurate. If you look at the BioRecycle magazine and the top 10 state recycling rates, not half of them are bottle law states. It has nothing to do with the bottle law. That's not how you increase recycling rates. The top state for recycling is Minnesota. They don't have a bottle law. So
it's
you're
Michigan,
connecting the wrong thing. And look, I'm not here to be combative about it. We like to work. Our stores do an amazing job recycling their own trash. They recycle all their corrugated cardboard. They recycle all of their shrink wrap. We have 2 programs going with the state. One, to reduce the amount of paper and plastic bags we give out at retail. We're going to announce shortly that we're at a 33% reduction over the last couple of years. We recycle all our organic waste in a program we have with the state. So it's not that we don't want to do the right thing for the environment, but it has to make sense. This doesn't make sense to spend money on a very costly system when the alternative is there that's much cheaper, and that's let's all recycle in the blue bin. That's all we're asking for.
If we just cut to the chase here, though, aren't you afraid that this is going to affect bottom lines for the stores?
Well, first of all, it's not a negative thing to try to make a profit. But if it was for the right reason, certainly you would do things. We do a lot currently. We've changed. A lot of stores are putting LED lighting in. Some are generating their own energy. I mean, we will do the right thing where it makes sense. We have a lot of programs that are very positive for the environment. This is just a money grab by the state because they want the unclaimed nickels that people don't return.
Well,
and it's really unfortunate that we can't concentrate on stuff that will have much more productivity and helping the environment and doing the right thing. The bottle law just doesn't make sense.
Flynn is with the Massachusetts Food Association, and I do appreciate you sharing your point of view this morning. Thank you.